Some dresses and skirts make women look much younger than they really are. And this is not because they are expensive pieces or designer items, but rather because they hold the secrets that rejuvenate a woman regardless of age. That's why, in today's video, I'm going to show you the dress and skirt trends for 2026 that will make you look at least 10 years younger, while also keeping you very fashionable. Number 1 is the denim dress. The denim dress is making a strong comeback for 2026. It is a very unique, timeless, creative, and practical piece. It appears in different designs, from shorter models to long and structured ones, which bring more sophistication without losing lightness. Among the variations, the most prominent will be dresses with buttons at the front or those that contain zippers. You will also find more minimalist cuts or slightly more elaborate designs with multiple layers of ruffles. This is a piece that transitions very well between casual outfits and pairs perfectly both with sneakers or flat sandals, as well as with more sophisticated looks, such as those with heels and refined accessories. This type of dress appears completely revamped, which means it brings a more modern look, naturally modernizing both your outfit and your appearance. In addition, denim carries a youthful and casual vibe. Everyone knows that the classic jeans and t-shirt look makes any woman appear younger, even though it is simple, basic, and practical. And that's exactly the idea when we talk about the denim dress. It also delivers that rejuvenating effect, especially if you choose a design that flatters your body shape. What I find most interesting about this type of dress is that it works perfectly for a lunch outing, is very practical for everyday wear, and has an extremely durable fabric. This means that if you buy a good quality model with solid stitching, you will have a dress that you can wear forever. If you are looking for an urban style, I recommend pairing it with sneakers. That way, you'll get a very practical, everyday look. If you want something a little more elegant but still comfortable, I suggest combining it with block-heeled shoes, since these are very trendy for 2026 and also extremely comfortable. For colder days, like those in autumn and winter, you can pair this type of dress with boots. It looks simply stunning and can also be combined with a jacket. In fact, I think the combination of a denim dress with a leather jacket and leather boots looks absolutely incredible. In other words, it's a perfect everyday dress. Its fabric is youthful and very creative. The secret to the rejuvenating effect of the denim dress lies in the fact that its fabric is naturally more youthful and creative. But not only that, the shade of blue that denim usually brings helps soften your appearance. It's not as contrasting as a white or black dress, which makes your look appear smoother. Any wrinkles or blemishes will look less noticeable. That's wonderful. In addition, this material tends to flatter all body types, especially women who want to highlight their waist. They can choose more fitted waist models, with flared skirts, or even tighter designs that reference the styles of the 60s and 70s. In short, there are denim dresses for every taste. If your style is casual, urban, or elegant with a touch of creativity, this dress is perfect for you. Number 2 is the circle skirt, which also rejuvenates by bringing lightness and movement. The circle skirt has become a major trend for 2026, especially for women who want to invest in a feminine and youthful look. You can go for fabrics like cotton, viscose, or even tulle, which is also very fashionable in 2026. This is a skirt that adds movement and freshness to any outfit. You can choose knee-length designs, midi skirts, or even long ones. However, I always recommend the midi length since it elongates the silhouette while still keeping a relaxed vibe. You will find a wide variety of designs and materials, including skirts with ruffles at the bottom, which add more movement and volume, or those without them, which create a more modern look. You can pair this type of skirt with more fitted tops, which create the illusion of wider hips compared to the upper body, forming that hourglass shape most women love. It also pairs beautifully with feminine blouses. So, if you already enjoy puff sleeve or princess sleeve blouses, this is definitely a skirt that will match your wardrobe. To create a more youthful look, you can style it with sneakers for that practical everyday vibe, or with ballet flats to maintain a delicate touch. If you want to wear it with heels, whether block heels, kitten heels, or even high heels, that's absolutely fine, as this skirt also goes well with a wide variety of shoes. The main secret behind why this type of skirt rejuvenates is that its flow and delicacy convey freshness and dynamism, qualities strong strongly associated with youth. Moreover, the shape of the skirt keeps you within a very elegant aesthetic, but without looking heavy or aged. The cut itself is already rejuvenating, an excellent choice that every woman should have in her wardrobe, regardless of age. If you are the kind of woman who likes to highlight the waist, balance hips and shoulders, or if you have a romantic, casual, or creative style, this skirt is an excellent investment for your wardrobe. Number 3 is brown dresses, which bring a sophisticated and modern touch. Brown emerges as one of the top shades for 2026. It has been chosen as one of the colors of the year, mainly replacing black in more refined looks. We're talking about a color that is now part of the new neutrals. So, if you were used to black and white, know that now you also have brown as an option, a shade you'll see everywhere. Dresses, skirts, shoes, blouses. Because it has become a new neutral, you'll find an enormous variety of brown tones, ranging from deep coffee shades to softer ones, like terracotta brown, which feels warmer and more autumnal, but can easily be worn year-round. These dresses will appear mainly in more fluid fabrics, such as silk, satin, lightweight knits, and viscose. But don't worry, every fabric will feature brown because it is one of the big colors of 2026. The styles will vary widely, but we will especially see more form-fitting and modern dresses, as well as midi-length dresses, which also have a rejuvenating effect. And of course, long dresses with thin straps will be some of the main silhouettes in this shade. They can be paired with both gold and silver accessories, as well as antique gold tones. Still, gold accessories, naturally, will bring a more sophisticated and elegant vibe. Just remember that the combination of black and gold often conveys luxury, and since the idea here is to replace the black dresses you already own with brown ones, nothing works better than pairing them with gold as well. For the evening, you can go with stiletto heels and delicate strappy sandals that will look stunning. For daytime, opt for lower heels or block-heeled shoes, which offer more comfort. Like the blue tones of denim dresses, brown is softer than black and also brings more warmth. This helps reduce visual heaviness and smooth out wrinkles or small spots. That means if you are someone who loves your basic black dresses, now might be the perfect moment to invest in a simple brown one. It will feel much softer. And it doesn't matter if you have cool or warm skin tones, because there will always be a shade of brown that matches your palette. You can go for a warmer brown if your skin is warm, or a cooler brown if your skin is cool. A quick search online will show you the difference between the tones. All colors appear across all personal color palettes, so if brown is a shade you love, you don't need to give it up for black just because you fall into a summer or winter palette. So, rest assured there is a brown for everyone. And of course, I couldn't skip mentioning that brown conveys that luxurious, elegant touch without being over the top. So, if you love that old money aesthetic, that timeless refined look, I believe brown is the perfect choice for your wardrobe. Number 4 is leather skirts, which are bold and timeless. The leather skirt is a synonym for boldness and sophistication. In 2026, it appears in slightly lighter versions, with the option of faux leather as well. And of course, you'll find a wide range of lengths, from mini to midi. They also reinvent themselves in terms of colors. Besides black, we will see beige, brown, and even some colorful tones. Still, I always recommend going with the classics, the neutrals, and new neutrals. So black, beige, brown, gray, and navy are always safe options because they'll always be in style. You can choose from a variety of cuts, but besides flared skirts, which are modern and distinctive, I recommend pencil skirts because they are strongly trending in 2026. You can style leather skirts with many different tops, but I think they look best with blouses that bring a hint of sensuality. For example, satin tops, blouses with draping, pleats, or fluid fabrics that enhance the silhouette pair beautifully with leather. The interesting thing is that leather doesn't create a rejuvenating effect by chance. This is a skirt that carries attitude, that touch of sensuality, which may be exactly what you need to feel younger. But it's not an overly daring sensuality, it's refined and sophisticated. And as I said, you can always choose the style you feel most comfortable in. Naturally, if your goal is to highlight your legs and waist, this type of skirt is perfect for you, since it draws attention to those areas. If you like an urban, elegant style, or even one with a touch of rock and roll, this skirt will definitely fit into your wardrobe. Here's my tip. always invest in a durable piece. Unfortunately, faux leather is not as long-lasting as genuine leather, so keep your goal in mind. If you don't want to spend too much or commit to a leather skirt just yet, I recommend checking out a thrift store or buying secondhand online. This way, you'll save money while also getting an interesting piece to experiment with. If you get the chance, try it on first. You know I always recommend that here on the channel because it's a way to avoid spending money unnecessarily. After all, we always want to invest in pieces that will stay with us for a long time. And of course, I can't skip the comfort tip. Whenever you buy a leather piece, whether a jacket, pants, skirt, or even shoes, make sure you feel comfortable in it. Leather can sometimes feel too warm or too tight since it isn't as breathable or flexible as fabric, and it's not as easy to alter through tailoring. So, always try it on and buy a piece that will make you feel both comfortable and beautiful. Now tell me, what's your secret to looking younger? Did you know your comment can inspire other subscribers here on the channel? I love seeing you share tips with each other. It's incredible. In fact, I also learn from the advice you leave in the comments. And of course, you already know, by leaving those magic little words in the comments, you help me a lot to keep bringing new videos here every day. Today's magic words are 10 years younger, 2026. While you're commenting, let's keep going with the video. Number 5 is striped dresses, which will bring a very modern and fun touch to your looks. Striped dresses are timeless, but in 2026, they are making a huge comeback with a completely renewed look. Here, we will see a huge variety of stripes, ranging from colorful stripes to irregular ones. You'll find models with vertical, horizontal, and even diagonal stripes, in other words, stripes for every taste. For those who love black, pink, yellow, green, or blue, there are options for everyone. My tip is to invest in midi dresses with vertical stripes, meaning upright stripes, especially midi models. But you can also go for shorter styles for hotter days, or longer ones if your goal is to wear them on cooler or milder days. You can pair them with a huge variety of accessories, but I believe stripes go especially well with French style and also nautical style. So, if you can add an accessory that references one of these aesthetics, it will match beautifully. Think berets, shoes with raffia or straw details, and even more thematic accessories, such as pearl necklaces, which also go very well with this type of dress. This dress has a rejuvenating effect because the graphic pattern transmits a lot of energy and lightness. On top of that, vertical stripes or upright stripes elongate your silhouette, ideal for women who are a bit shorter. Meanwhile, horizontal stripes highlight curves. So, if you have that hourglass figure and want to show it off, you can choose horizontal stripes. This is a dress that works perfectly for those who like casual style, creative style, and even something a little sportier. It's a very basic piece, perfect for everyday wear. Naturally, it's the type of item that rejuvenates without infantilizing. So, if you are a woman who wants to look younger but doesn't really like the super romantic, ultra feminine, girly style, you can go for striped dresses, which will give you a rejuvenating look, but with a more modern and less overly feminine touch. Number 6 is the 2026 denim skirts redesigned models. Here we're mainly talking about more flared, light, fun, and practical denim skirts. They combine the casualness of denim with the romance, flow, and modernity of a flared skirt. In general, we will find skirts slightly above the knee, at knee length, midi, and even some with denim ruffles. This is a skirt completely different from the 2025 version. I saw a subscriber comment that it was the same skirt. No, it is completely different from the skirts we saw in 2025 and 2024, when the most common version was a body-hugging pencil skirt, usually with a slit in the front, side, or back. Here, we are talking about a new denim skirt. This model is totally different, and that's exactly why it brings a lot of femininity and delicacy. That was something I noticed in many complaints, especially when we mentioned denim skirts. Women would say it wasn't very delicate or feminine, that while the fabric was interesting, the cut was not flattering. Now we have a much more romantic and feminine version. That's why this skirt can be paired with a very wide range of pieces. It goes well with basic t-shirts and sneakers for a youthful, everyday look, but also with delicate blouses and thin strapped sandals. It also looks lovely with ballet flats if you want that romantic, feminine, and delicate touch. In other words, this is a piece that allows you to create a huge variety of looks. On top of that, the material is practically indestructible. Denim lasts for years. So, when buying this skirt, keep in mind that it will stay with you for a long, long time. For that reason, I'd say, choose the denim shade you love most. If you prefer black denim, no problem, buy black denim. What I think is important is that you pick the skirt in the color and cut you like most. Since this is a piece that will last for years, it doesn't make sense to buy blue denim just because it's what's trending right now. Also, keep in mind that it's an excellent replacement piece. Instead of buying a black flared skirt, buy a black flared denim skirt. Instead of buying a white flared skirt, get the same one in raw denim. This way, you'll have a much more resistant fabric, a skirt with more structure and volume, and one that will last much longer. In my opinion, this is an excellent choice, an investment well worth making among the 2026 trends. If your goal is to balance your hips, highlight your waist, and your style leans romantic, creative, or casual, I highly recommend this skirt. It will certainly make you look a few years younger. Number 7 is bohemian dresses. Of course, I couldn't forget to mention the boho style, which remains very popular in 2026. Ladies, this is definitely one of the biggest trends of the year. It started in 2025 and has gained a lot of strength. In 2026, we'll see a slightly more sophisticated version of boho. This time, the boho dress comes in flowing fabrics with fewer prints. Of course, there will still be prints, but many times we'll also find solid color fabrics without any patterns, which in this case will add a touch of sophistication since the 2026 boho aesthetic is leaning toward boho glam or elegant boho. In some cases, we'll also see details like fringes and embroidery, which add richness not only to the dresses but also to complementary pieces, such as jackets and coats. You'll mainly find long, flowy dresses, but you may also come across midi-length models. The sleeves are usually puffed, bringing a romantic and comfortable touch. These are perfect dresses for mild days and also for cooler days, where they pair beautifully with boots. In fact, the combination of boho dresses with boots is very much in style for 2026. You can also wear them with sandals, especially flat or handcrafted sandals, which give off that trendy hippie vibe. This type of dress will make you look younger, as it conveys lightness and authenticity. We can't forget to mention that the boho style, especially with those little hippie-inspired details, gives off a youthful, free-spirited vibe that will naturally rejuvenate you. Honestly, I love seeing an 80 or 90-year-old woman wearing this style because it brings such a cheerful, fun energy. You know that person who radiates positivity and lightness? That's exactly the impression you get when you see someone, whether she's 70, 80, or 90, embracing that chic boho aesthetic. I think it suits them beautifully. And if you want a comfortable piece that doesn't cling to the body, this trend is for you. You should definitely go for a boho dress because they are looser and more fluid. Also, if your personal style leans toward romantic or creative, these dresses will work wonderfully for you. And of course, you get that extra authenticity bonus if you lived through the 70s, because in that case, this style will fit perfectly into your wardrobe. And if you're enjoying the videos here on the channel, you should subscribe because there's a new video every day, always covering fashion, beauty, and trends with plenty of tips. Because it's not enough just to show you the trends, I also explain how to wear them, who should wear them, and who might want to avoid them. After all, my goal here is to help you look more beautiful every single day. So, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll get an alert every time a new video comes out just for you. And while you do that, let's keep going with the video. Number 8 is light-colored skirts. Here, we're talking about skirts that bring softness and freshness. We're looking at shades like beige, white, and off-white, which are big trends for 2026. It's no coincidence that one of the chosen colors for 2026 is wax paper, which is a very light beige or even an off-white tone. It's a gorgeous, very elegant shade. I'd say it's actually one of the most refined colors within 2026 fashion. This type of skirt adds softness and brightens any outfit. You'll find models ranging from tailored midi skirts to flared skirts in lighter fabrics, and even tulle skirts. In other words, there will be a wide variety of styles. I would say monochromatic combinations will create a softer, more delicate, and elegant look, especially when paired with beige and off-white, even if they're not the exact same shade. They also look beautiful with brown and black. With brown, you get a subtle, refined elegance not too over the top, while with black, you achieve a more luxurious and glamorous effect. Personally, I love the combination of an off-white shade with black. For me, it's one of the most sophisticated pairings out there. You can also play with contrast to highlight what you want to emphasize and minimize what you don't. For example, wearing a light skirt with a dark top will draw attention to the skirt. These skirts are rejuvenating thanks to their light tones, which naturally soften your expression and give your outfit a lighter feel. But let me share a secret you won't forget. This skirt, especially when you're seated, works like a mirror. The light that hits the skirt from above reflects onto your face, brightening this whole area and softening fine lines. So, if you struggle with lighting that accentuates your expressions or creates shadows, this skirt will act as if you had a soft light shining on your face. A simple trick, something basic, but it works perfectly in everyday life. Who would have thought that a simple light-colored fabric could have this effect? What's interesting is that this skirt flatters all body types, and of course, you can choose the cut that best suits what you want to highlight or conceal. It's a perfect skirt for women with a minimalist or elegant style. And naturally, if your style is more casual, you can also choose this skirt since it pairs wonderfully with sneakers, especially white ones, as well as with sandals and flats for everyday wear. If you're looking for a timeless piece, one that never goes out of style, a light-colored skirt is perfect for you. Number 9 is the halter dress. Here, we are talking about a modern and sexy style, just the right amount. This type of neckline enhances the shoulders and the neck. You can find pieces that are more revealing or less revealing. It's making a strong comeback in 2026 dresses. You will find versions that are more fitted or more flowing. Without a doubt, it's a dress that conveys modernity and sensuality in the perfect measure. I would say the most beautiful models are the long and midi ones. In fact, it's a gorgeous dress, perfect for parties, whether graduation parties or even weddings. I think it's the kind of dress that pairs really well with more striking earrings. Remember that maximalist earrings are super trendy in 2026 fashion. It's also a style that works very well with hair tied up, as this helps highlight the neck and neckline. It's a dress that rejuvenates because it emphasizes posture, elongates the upper body, and gives you that youthful touch, but not as romantic as I mentioned earlier. You won't look like you're trying to appear younger. You will actually look younger because it makes you just a little more sensual, yet very elegant. If you like to accentuate your shoulders, or if you're a woman who, for example, works out and wants to show off the back and shoulders, I would say this is a perfect dress to have in your wardrobe. Additionally, it helps elongate the central part of the body. So, if you have a slightly shorter torso, this is a perfect dress for you. If your style is elegant, sensual, or modern, it's a piece you definitely want in your wardrobe. After all, this was an iconic piece in the 90s, and it's no coincidence that it's making a huge comeback in 2026. Number 10 is cargo skirts. Here, we are talking about a youthful and very modern skirt. It's, without a doubt, a utilitarian skirt. This piece combines functionality and style, featuring utility pockets and a slightly straighter cut. In 2026, you will find this skirt in materials like denim, twill, and even lighter fabrics. These skirts are quite distinctive. I would say they won't appeal to everyone because they bring a slightly more urban, sporty, and streetwear vibe. So, it's not the kind of skirt every woman will want, but without a doubt, it's a skirt that rejuvenates. It pairs very well with tops, can be combined with shorter t-shirts, and also works with graphic tees, which also give a more youthful and modern touch. This skirt rejuvenates because it brings a more utilitarian, dynamic, and slightly relaxed vibe. It's ideal for those seeking a casual, modern look, but it's not the most elegant or sophisticated skirt in the world. Therefore, I don't recommend it if your style is very classic or traditional because it's extremely modern, sporty, and streetwear. It won't match your wardrobe if you're very classic. This can make it a piece that may not be worth buying, one that isn't worth your investment or money. And you know what? Some pieces are worth your money, and there are others I don't recommend buying. In fact, you should avoid them. That's why I made a video about the trends you should avoid in 2026. Want to know what they are? Just click on the video that's appearing on your screen. I'll see you there.